Hello, you amazing human beings. Michael Fielden and I, we're live. This is RE Geeks, aka Support Geeks. That's his company. It's amazing sauce. You know what I love
the wrong
most?
logo.
Oh, shut up. I know I put the wrong one in. I always do the wrong one. But you know what? The intro and the outro is there. But what we're going to talk about is how not to be Greg, how to be Michael, and get your tech right with the AI tools, because we're going to talk to you. Well, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to do little interjections here. But Michael has 10 tools in AI that's going to save you at least 10 hours or more every single week. So, Michael, welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
Greg, thank you. Thank you. It's good being here as always. I'm so excited to see that you're actually in a pretty nice hotel. They didn't use off-white.
I know. I'm very happy about that, by the way.
Yeah, and I am glad that you are still out there touring the U.S. I think that's pretty exciting. I love the fact that you are getting out there and you're still here to participate with me, so I don't have to try to wing this alone, because it would not be nearly as exciting without you.
I appreciate that, brother, and that's what AI does for us, right? It's our wingman. That's our goose versus Maverick, right?
That's what wireless and 5G does for us.
In its incredible sauce. So let's jump deep into our content very quickly, because I know we're on timelines. You got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff, and our viewers, they're thirsty for this information. So 10 tools. Now I know probably 2 or 3 of them. I really don't know the rest of them.
You know what you're gonna do as we go through this list? You're gonna be like, wow, I've heard of that. I've heard of this. I've used that. I've used this. The tools aren't changing as rapidly as they are, but there's a lot of talk out there today about the fact that AI is going to create more millionaires and billionaires in the next 5 years than at any point in history. Wow. And I think when you look at these tools, you're going to understand why. So let's go through this. Okay. First one, Greg, and this is one you may not have heard about, but I think for most of us that struggle as non-marketing people, we've got this Gamma.app, and what Gamma is it's a tool that's going to allow you to pretty easily create a PowerPoint presentation, a Google Sheets presentation, a website. Okay, maybe you need something for a class that you want to put. You're going to be able to go into Gamma. You are able to go into Gamma and build your tool easily, quickly, and better than ever before. Now, there are other companies that are doing this. Canva's doing this. There are companies that are integrating into PowerPoint, all of that. The reason that I point out Gamma is I think they are literally the easiest one to get started. They have a free trial for simple projects, and then they come out to $8 a month as their starting point, which if you're doing this for business or you're doing this for work, that's going to be amazing. Now, for somebody like you, Greg, this is a tool that you could use, because I think you, like me, are not someone that's going to go out and draw your own art. You're not going to build your own PowerPoint. This is going to allow you to very easily go in and do that. How much time are you going to save? This is a solid 30 to 60 minutes on every project.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm not going to do a trial of Gamma today. We're trying to always get you guys out of here in a reasonable amount of time, but we're going to dive back into these. And what we might do at some point is compare Canva. We talked about Canva the other day with something like Gamma and how you can differentiate yourself. I am still a huge fan of Canva. If you are not using Canva, you are missing out big time. And I think even you subscribe, right, Greg?
I did. I'm a toddler with the keys to a Ferrari, and I do not know how to drive it. I'll be very honest with you. That's the biggest problem.
That is okay. We still love you.
All right. Michael's here. Okay. I'll walk you through this, big boy. Here you go.
Come on. Hold my hand. Here we go. Hold it deep. No tongue. Exactly. All right, Greg. So the next one.
I love Otter, by the way. I love Otter.
Who doesn't love Otter? And I'm going to tell you how I learned about Otter. And this was a while ago, right after they came out. And there were people in a class that I was taking up at Stanford, and it was one of those one day you pay money, you get in for free. They invited me or you pay money, you get in for 3 or 4 hours. They invited me for free. And I said, well, it's free. I'm going to go free. I'm going to go. So I went. And the instructor says, if you're not using Otter, download the app right now and turn it on.
It's true. It's
so
true.
It's amazing. You can leave your phone sitting on the end of the desk there, and it will transcribe the meeting. It will give you notes. It does this better than anything you've ever done before. If you are a student, if you are somebody that sits in meetings, if you are somebody that has to go to these events, or if you're a realtor that's going down to Tom Ferry, slice it up, baby. Turn it on and get your notes.
Yeah, back like Michael, I think the last ferry event I went to was 2014, so it's been a minute. But I mean, I was scribbling as fast as I can, and I have chicken scratch with it looks like a third grader using a crayon to for how I write. This is a game changer. I love Otter. You guys got to get this thing.
We're going to talk about another one in a second here, but I couldn't function without Otter, and the other one we're going to talk about is Fireflies.
I love Fireflies
because I love Fireflies, but we'll talk about that in a second. The next AI tool and Otter, we talk about saving 10 hours with these AI tools. If you write by hand, like either Greg or myself, this alone is going to save you 10 hours.
Oh, easily. 100%.
Because you're not going to have to go back and transcribe what you tried to write for a 2-hour meeting. I mean, it's like you can't do it. I mean, and I'm stuck. My wife's a kindergarten teacher now, and she has perfect handwriting. My daughter writes script like nobody's business. Chickens come to me and say, "What the hell, dude?"
I can't even understand what you're putting down here, pal.
So that's how it is. All right, next one. This is the gold standard, guys. ChatGPT. If you're not using ChatGPT, you better be using Claude. If you're not using Claude, you better be using Gemini. If you are not using Gemini, you better be using Copilot. Grok, okay, Jasper, Meta has AI. There's a ton out there. Use something. If you are not using AI today, you're dying. And when we talk about this, Greg, and you and I talk about this all the time, there are people that are on their way to Mars, and there are people that are struggling.
Well, the thing is like, so when I got in the business 26 years ago, everything was by hand manually. I mean, I was, I would print out, the Thomas Brother maps and photocopy them, highlight them, staple them in the right order, and that was my GPS. Now, dude, you don't have to worry about any of that. You have your GPS in your car, on your phone. You can talk, put it into chat and ask, put it in the addresses and ask it for the best route, most time efficient route. Yep. Well, you can do anything with chat. Pay the $20, you cheap SOBs. It's so stinking worth it. I was a cheapskate. I never did it, but and then I did sign up, and my eyes just went, oh, this is what $20 buys you. I'm in.
Okay. And Greg McDaniel is here. So I know there are some real estate people out there. I'm just going to tell you this right now. If you are not using ChatGPT or some other AI in your real estate business, you are killing yourself.
Yep.
The ability to load your disclosures or HOA documents alone and say, hey, give me the red flags. That's all you have to put in there. I've attached some HOA documents. I've attached some disclosures. Give me a summary of these documents and point out the positives and the negatives. Boom. You're going to get in 2 minutes a complete analysis of your disclosures, an overview of the HOA docs, and it's going to say, hey, here's what I found that you need to be aware of.
So funny you mentioned that. I had a call with a gentleman today out of Chicago, and he wanted to run some things past me via contracts. I said, well, have you uploaded it to chat to have it analyze these documents and look for the cancellation clause to see what the verbiage is in there, and then ask it for, next steps, best moves? And he's like, I never thought about that. I'm like, yeah, we don't know how to think about it yet. We don't understand where this is, where this is going to be going, but it's moving faster than you can possibly imagine.
Mhm.
But Grammarly, the next one, that one saved my behind. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
Grammarly is great, and this is a tool that is going to improve your grammar. This is your spell check on steroids.
Yes.
Okay, it's going to check your grammar. It's going to check that your context is right. Are you using the word who when you're talking about people instead of that? Okay, it's fascinating what it's able to catch, and it is AI. And what it's really going to help people do is improve their clarity.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that we're talking about with these, we're only 4 deep out of 10. But here's the thing that I really just popped in my brain. I'm sure you've already thought about this multiple times. But does it cost a few dollars to utilize like the ones that you want? Yes. Now let's look at this and see what the cost would look like for hiring a full-time assistant. Now, yes, assistants, humans, good things, right?
Mhm.
But if you learn how to utilize these different tools, you can allow your assistant to do other things.
Yeah.
Let's say you spend $100 on AI a month. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. You'll probably be spending 2,000 to 3,000 to 4,000 a month on a full-time assistant doing all of these things.
Mhm.
And I hope everybody has a job and keeps a job, but these things are super awesome as soon as you train them and you understand how they work.
And I think a big part of that, Greg, is it empowers you.
Yeah.
Right. It creates a professional that was hidden down deep before, and you can come out. And when we talk about like Chat GPT Greg talks about saving, money. $20 a month is your starter package. Some of us are paying a little bit more than that because we're doing more complex things. But let me tell you, it enables you to do things that you wouldn't have otherwise done.
Right.
And going back to the disclosures, I know that there are a lot of agents out there that do not completely read the disclosures. They skim through, they look at the red line, they do all of that. They treat it like it's a contract and like they know what is going to be in the spaces. Okay. But if somebody wants to hide something from you, the best place to put it is in the disclosures, right? They could slide it in somewhere and you would never know. And the HOA docs, those are brutal, right? How do you go through minutes of an HOA doc? We had one property that was in multiple levels of litigation. The HOA docs were in paper and they came in, it must have been 6-7 inches thick. We scanned it in as a PDF, took 2 hours to scan all that in. We uploaded the PDF. Okay. We dropped it into Google LM. We put it in a Google Drive thing and we said, figure it out. Okay. If I was going to look at 7 inches of paper, it would take me till it never got done.
Well, no, you're not an attorney. And then it's just, it will put you to sleep after page 1.
I don't think if I was an attorney, I would get it done. But the reality of it is within 10 minutes, we were getting valuable information that we probably never would have gotten before.
That is so cool. That is so cool. And you can put anything in there, any kind of document, and you can put videos in there, can't you?
But you can put videos, you can put images. I mean, you can do a lot.
But let's just start with a couple of documents. Upload your current contract or current deal. Just upload the disclosures. Just play with it. I mean, what's it going to hurt you? It's free.
Disclosures. That's the one. Start there. Okay, Perplexity. I'm serious about this. Research anything faster and better than you've ever done before. We're used to typing things into Google. Mm-hmm. Perplexity is Google on steroids. Okay, it is similar to Chat GPT, but it is built around research. And my daughter is a dual major, marine science and biology. She's never going to get a job. Okay, she's going to be a teacher, if anything, but she's never going to get a job in marine science or maybe biology. But if she wanted to find something out about any weird thing out there, Perplexity is where I would tell her to start. Okay.
That is cool.
The amazing part about Perplexity is the app is amazing. So if you are on mobile, Perplexity is an app you want to try.
I like that. Now, is there a cost involved with that, or is it free?
I think it's free up until a certain fee. My daughter's not paying, I promise you, because she hasn't asked me for a credit card yet. So, yeah, I would assume they have a free level. Okay. The bane of my existence. Tasks and calendars. Okay. If you haven't at least tried Reclaim AI, you're killing yourself. This is going to speed up and empower your calendar and prioritization of your tasks so that you can get things done. And when you miss those things, it's going to help you get back and centered. Okay. This is an hour a week if you have a busy calendar. I have a calendar that gets 100, 120 entries every week. I use it for a task list. I task block projects and I put them into my calendar. So if I have a task to take the dog to the groomer, I put it in the calendar. If I have a task to build an Outlook presentation, I put it in my calendar. This is the tool to help you.
That is so cool. I mean, a lot of people, Michael, we've been around this game for a long period of time. And the number one thing people say is like, well, you know what? I just don't put anything in the calendar, or I'm just all over the place. And you're like,
I wing it.
If you can get it, put it in the calendar with the task, you don't have to wake up in the morning and be like, oh my God, what am I going to do today? Nope, not at all. It's already set and, set and ready to go. But that is a very cool and very interesting.
And video. Especially for real estate agents, I'm just going to add in there. And Greg, I think you probably feel the same way about this. I believe in being punctual.
Oh, dude, the saying goes, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, don't bother showing the blank up.
Exactly. And I'm 5 minutes early to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people tell me, oh, I wing my calendar, the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Oops, I'm not supposed to do that.
Beep. Beep. Okay.
Yeah, because I am literally that shocked. It's like, how in the world do you wing your appointments? If you're a real estate agent and you're like, oh, I knew there was an appointment, or I trusted that I was going to get an alert or a notification. Nope.
No.
If it doesn't make it into my calendar, I won't be there.
Yep. I live and die by my calendar like you. 100%.
Yeah. So definitely 100%. All right.
This is my
favorite app.
This is my favorite.
Fireflies. If you have not at least tried out Fireflies for your Zoom and Google Meet, you are missing out on a world of benefit. I think it's like $15 a month or $20 a month, something like that. It's pricey. But when we go into a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting, Fireflies will join. It will record the meeting. It will transcribe the meeting. It will use AI to gather what you have committed to. So if you have said, Greg, I am going to do XYZ, that will show up on a list of things that you have to do. If there are unanswered questions, you will get a list of unanswered questions. It will track what Greg said, what I said, what everybody else. It manages that meeting in historical value. Now, the best part about this is when I create that meeting, let's say I'm meeting with Greg. Mm-hmm. Greg gets an email. Boom. He says, Greg, you have a meeting. Okay, I'm going to be there. It's Fireflies. Boom. At the end of the meeting, excuse me, it emails Greg and it says, hey, here's a recap of the meeting. Here's a video if you want to watch it. Here's the key points. And oh, by the way, here's what you committed to deliver. Okay. And for somebody that is in a lot of meetings, if you're doing 7, 8, 9, 10 meetings a day, it means you don't have to think about it. Okay. And this isn't just my meetings. If I get invited to a meeting and it comes into my calendar, Firefly says, hey, I want to go. And it
can you use it can you use it on your phone? So if you're sitting at a listing appointment or buyer's consultation, and it can record like that conversation real time, and then you can send this transcript back to the sellers or buyers saying, hey, this 100%. Is how went. Okay, 100%. Okay, good. Awesome. 100%. I love that.
Yeah, it's great. I think, it works better when you can have the video recording and the whole transcription, but yes, you can get all of that in there.
That's an invalid for $15 or whatever the number is, right?
Whatever the number is, even if it was 100, I'd still be in.
Oh my gosh, because you get there and you kind of get involved in the conversation, then you forget about certain, important points. But if you're going to use this, I would highly recommend, have chat or somebody or something come up with really good bullet point questions, and they are standard questions, so you always get the results that what you know how to respond to people with a variable on the very end, and then send it to them. Be like, hey, Michael, it was wonderful to meet with you and your beautiful wife, today at, today, this afternoon, whatever the day is and time is.
Yep.
Hey, I got to let you know, I'm sending you an email right now with a transcription of everything that we talked about. Please take a look at it, highlight anything that you would like more clarification on, and I'll get to work on our valuation. Then you go back to our first one. What was our first one? We create presentations, right?
Yeah.
Websites. I mean, you can make presentations for, customizable for every single one of them. And create a website and create a presentation, bring that to the listing appointment. Or the second, I do 2 listing appointments, but you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Or just email it to them. Who cares? And no, I bet you almost dollars to donuts, nobody's doing this.
Yeah, no. I think the real estate industry is in for some upheaval. And I've said this many times. This industry is not going to be replaced by AI. The agents that use AI are going to replace the ones that don't.
Yep. Period. And they're going to be the younger version of you. So if you're like, oh, I have my client base. I've been doing it for 90 years. Yeah. Everybody likes me down at the restaurants. It's like, I understand that they enjoy your company, but if someone brings a better value of service at a lower cost, at a higher speed, with a better dollar amount attached to their bank account at the end of the day, and they can get it, the visibility is out there better than you going like, I'm going to make 100 phone calls. I don't know why all of a sudden I have an old lady smoking voice, but that's kind of what I'm trying.
I thought that was your real voice. Okay. So let's talk about the next one, Descript.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a video editor. It is also a tool that will help you with voiceovers. It will help you with pretty much everything you need to do that has to do with video. And I'm going to tie this one into 11 Labs, which is a voiceover tool. Both of these tools will allow you to read a few paragraphs in and they will replicate your voice. And it's freaking scary.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So you can record your voice and AI will replace your voice. So Greg knows this, and I think I've talked about this before. I wrote a book. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember this.
AI for real estate. Okay. It's got words in it. It's no pictures. Sorry, Greg.
Damn it.
And Greg and I were both looking for pictures. Well, it's got one picture of me on the back. I am using 11 Labs right now to create the audiobook version because realtors don't actually read books.
Hi.
My
name's Greg. I'm a realtor.
They buy the books. Greg didn't buy the book. I think I gave it to him for free.
You gave it to me, but we call it shelf assurance because we put it on the shelf and now we're assured that we're going to get the knowledge out of it. But sadly, that is not how this works.
Yeah. And if you want a free copy of this book like Greg, shoot me an email, michael@regeeks.com or michael@supportgeeks.com, and I will send you at my cost not only a free book, but postage to get it to you. So
that's ridiculously awesome.
And I will get it there up to the first, let's call it the first 200 people, because that postage gets expensive.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is Tome. Okay. How many of you have a pitch deck? How many of you know what a elevator pitch is?
I do.
Okay. Greg, what's an elevator pitch?
It's your 15 seconds of who you are, what you do. And you just like, if they're going to go up one floor, you have about 15 seconds to get that out.
Okay. This is the part I love because I know he is Johnny on the spot. What's your elevator pitch, Greg?
Well, ask me a question. What do I do for a living?
Greg, what do you do for a living?
I freak people out and I put them in debt. Been doing it for 26 years, AKA I'm a real estate professional here in the area. Are you guys thinking about buying or selling anything or just kind of looking around?
Damn. So there he was. He took 15 seconds. He probably got a chuckle. and he has a question. And why do you give him a question, Greg?
Because you want to invoke a response. Even if they say, no, we're not looking to do anything. Okay. You know, if you guys ever need anything, here's my mouse card. You know, give me a holler. If not, have a blessed day. And you're out the door.
Okay. So there you go. And, you know, it's interesting, guys, because I feel like I'm a little bit charismatic. I can talk to people and I can have those conversations, but I can never get to that call to action. I don't convert. I don't close. And when we talk with Greg, the one thing I look at is Greg's able to convert. He's able to close. He's able to get to the business.
Well,
Some of us never get there.
But it's like dating. I always go back to the dating scenario in life because those of you married, the folks that are in a relationship, whoever made the first move, they asked someone on a date or a coffee or something. You asked for the business. And nothing has changed in real estate or any sales or any business. I mean, you have to ask for it because they're not mind readers. They don't know like, oh, you're a real estate agent. You probably need business. No. Hey, you guys thinking about buying, selling, renting, or investing? And, oh, well, we're thinking about, great. Can I buy a cup of coffee? Let's get together. Let's connect.
Okay. So here's where I have a little fun. Turn your head to the left.
I'm like, which left?
Turn your head to the right. Okay, take your hat off for a second.
That's ugly.
This man right here is giving us dating advice while he travels the country alone.
Shut up. Get to the next our last one.
Love you, baby. Okay. Sometimes I think ChatGPT and some of these other tools are designed to be succinct, and they're not always the best tool for what we would call long form content. For those of you that want to do blogs, you want to put more articles out there, you want to copyright, you want things that are out there, Jasper is the tool to look at. Okay. This is something that's going to help you get your business rolling when it comes to blogging. And
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I'm actually, now that I know a little bit about Jasper now, can you upload into Jasper? So let's say you have some old documents, right? Can you upload them and then it will reformat the content and then give that new format its own copywriting so that, let's say it's from Bob Smith, trainer in Tupelo, Mississippi. You went to a seminar, you upload some docs into it, it rewrites it, creates more long form content, and then copyrights the new content. Couldn't it do that, or how does that work?
I've never tried it. You could always paste it.
Okay, copy and paste in. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I cut you off. Continue, my friend.
Yeah, one way or the other, it'll get in there. I don't think Jasper is one for everybody, but if you're doing long form writing, I've just saved you 10 hours this week. Okay. That's the only tool you need to know. Now, there's some other ones that we didn't touch on. Mixo is one. Okay, you want to launch a website? 30 seconds. Go check out Mixo. I think that, everybody's got a list. There are so many things out there that we could go on forever. What I wanted to do was touch on this. And Greg, I want to go back one slide here.
Sure.
And I want you to pick, if you could only have one AI tool on this page, which one would it be?
Well, I already have chat, so can I pick something other besides that?
No, if chat's number one, then you're good.
That's a trick question.
Actually, let me rephrase the question. Let me make it easier, because I don't think you should have to make that sacrifice. If you only could afford to pay for one of these tools, what would it be?
Based upon what I am using, I would start out with chat and get in with that. And then I would probably depends on kind of what you're doing, kind of where your business is going. I think Otter would be really good. Okay. That would be probably my next one.
Okay.
Then kind of build these into your
I'm going to cheat. My number one on this is chat.
Okay, so we put same one. Okay.
And that's probably the only one that I would pay for on this page because I know what's on page number 2. Okay, what is it on this page?
I would do Fireflies because of the fact that you can put it on your phone and you can record everything in conversations and get that back out. Your clients will hit the floor with like, oh my gosh, like this agent is like tech savvy.
100%.
And you even tell them that, hey guys, I'm going to record this whole thing and I'm going to give you a complete breakdown of who talked and what questions were asked, what wasn't answered, and then let's circle back on our next meeting. But I thought that'd be helpful for you. Is that okay if I record your voices? Well,
100%.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so you nailed it. That was my number 1. Descript is my number 2 because I think we all need to be able to create videos. Yes. CapCut is a great tool as well on your phone. Works amazingly well, but Descript will change the way you do videos. Okay, it will make you a professional in ways that you can't get on CapCut. That said, Fireflies is by far one of my all-time favorites.
You know, I agree with you on that one. So I use CapCut on a pretty consistent basis. Yeah. I could just put a thing together with my brother and his wife and his 3 kiddos at a pumpkin patch, right? You pick a profile. It's free, by the way. They have a little one. They have ones you have to pay for. They have a little top on the templates. It says standard. Those you pay for. The other ones that don't say standard, those are 100% free. You can search anything you want, like let's say you went in and took photos of the house or something like that. You have professional photos, put them into, let's say you get 20 photos. Just type it into CapCut, 20 photo template for real estate. They will pull that up. They'll put music to it. All you have to do is add the photos where you want to put them. Bing, bang, boom, create it, post it on social media, send it to your client, put it in a file, good to go. Then you use that same file on your next listing appointment. You're like, hey, Mr. Fielden, Mrs. Fielden, you know what? Here's an example of my last client's video. One of their promotional things that we ran for them, and we got black schmow how many views on it. And it takes literally like 5, 10. We have to, you put the photos in a certain order, but the rest of it is done within seconds.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
All right, we're closing in on time. Yeah, but I am a monger for new and valuable information, and I want to make sure that we are getting every hashtag in possible. So, Greg, what's your Taylor Swift news of the week?
My what?
Taylor Swift news of the week.
I don't know. She's getting married. I mean, I don't know, freaking idea.
Greg, we need to use Taylor Swift 7 times in every video in order to get Swifties to come over and watch our videos. All right, guys, this has been an amazing show, and I really appreciate you coming in. Greg's got a couple of things to close us out here, but everybody have a blessed rest of whatever day it is for you.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We can't do the show without you. So like, share, subscribe, follow, hit us up on our emails. Michael, what are our emails where they can hit us up?
Michael at regeeks.com and Greg at regeeks.com. We will get those emails. We will respond. We are eager to help you. And if you want to see something on this show, don't suffer in silence. Let us know. Let us help you with your business.
Yeah, guys, come over and hang out with us. But you know what? Until next time, remember, like, subscribe, follow, share. We'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, boom, peace. Love you guys.
Peace. Thank you.
Later.